I just want to say that my life, I really am always looking to be happy, find the joy, enjoy the journey. And that's the thing I wanted to come up here and just get your feedback on. I really feel that I'm on a lazy river. And I'm just enjoying the journey, and I'm just floating along. And, I'm like, this is fine, this is fine, this is good, it's very enjoyable. Sometimes I'll hit a bank, and then I'll say, oh, focus a little bit more, flow, 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 flow. And I have desires, and when I think about them, they still feel good. And I think, well, I haven't taken any action on them. And then I think, that's okay. I haven't felt the inspired action to do anything with it yet. So I'm like, they're still feeling good.
Well, what happens is if your lazy river feels boring, then you'll launch some more rockets that ask for some more movement, and then the inspiration you receive will lead you to more adventure. In other words, it's the way it always goes. Sometimes as humans, you get too busy so much that you're overwhelmed, and then you focus yourself into things slowing down, and then you get bored, and then you focus yourself into more adventure. In other words, it's sort of an ebb and flow like that. As you began here, you were speaking with a lot of enthusiasm, and then the tone changed quite a bit. So do you think that there is a part of you that feels that you should be doing more? Are you accepting the leverage of the universe? Are you accepting how the universe is flowing to you and through you?
Yeah, I mean, I really feel really good.
And so what is your question?
I don't know that I have one. Is there anything that you feel impelled to tell me?
You would enjoy more movement. You would enjoy faster flow of thoughts coming to you. You would enjoy more ideas popping and following through on those ideas more. This is the reason that we were talking about the pictorial cards with words, or a focus wheel, or making lists of positive aspects, because you are in alignment. It is clear. But sometimes what happens is there is a feeling that action is the enemy. But aligned action is not only not the enemy, it is a path to even greater exaltation or enthusiasm or passion. And so there's a part of you that's sort of holding back, because when you've been working hard and maybe not as much in alignment as you want to be through time, and then you find the sweetness of alignment, sometimes there's almost a tentative nature that makes you not want to rock the boat. So you just sort of play it safe. But in the process, the momentum sort of slows down. And so that's why earlier we were asking you to be aware of the distinction of whether you're in alignment in the receiving mode or not, and that when you are, then turn on the gas a little bit. And so one of the things that Esther's been doing for herself personally of late, as we've been really emphasizing getting ready to be ready to be ready, and the satisfaction mode, is when an idea occurs to her, she is aware, we've talked about this at some length, that since you're always broadcasting a signal, depending on where you are always in the receiving mode of something, because law of attraction is always responding to you. Make sense? So if you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and in the receiving mode, now you're receiving thoughts and impulses from that broader point of view, which is not only exhilarating, but really, really beneficial, and also really, really, really a lot of fun, and also really, really, really beneficial, and also really, really satisfying, but really, really, really beneficial. In other words, when you get locked onto that signal, it feels wonderful and it yields good experiences. But there is always a receiving mode, and wherever you are, you're receiving something from somewhere, depending on what vibration you've got going on. And so Esther has recently been saying to herself often, when she gets an impulse to make a phone call or to do something, she will ask herself, what receiving mode am I in? Where am I getting this from? Have I tuned into source energy, Or have I tuned into some discomfort or some paranoia? Because it could be, and the answer to that is, how was I feeling moving into this? Because sometimes if you're feeling like you're on the lazy river and you're feeling a little bit bored and you get an idea, the idea might not be coming from here. It may be coming from this place of guardedness or from this place of not wanting to get too busy. Esther knows that when she sets things in motion, she gets busy. She only has to make 2 or 3 phone calls to get things going and organize something and plan a little get together, and she's off to the races. And then her inbox fills up and her texts start coming, and so she plans the time because she knows when she focuses, it's going to start happening. And sometimes when you are accustomed to being busier than you want to be, you're tentative about starting anything. But after a while you get so not only can you control what comes about what, but the speed in which it comes, and you rise to the occasion of meeting it. And there is nothing more exhilarating than to say to the universe, bring it on, and to be ready for what the universe brings on. And you have not always been ready for what the universe brings on because you've been like a lot of people. You get tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and you put in your requests, and then you don't stay there. And sometimes when it comes, you're not ready for it, and then you get overwhelmed, and that kind of makes you a little tentative about what you ask the universe to bring.